I feel my mom's presence very strongly right now. I want to start off by thanking everyone in this room. Thank you, Noe, Eric, Maggie, for responding to my text at 10 p.m. last night and showing up here, leaving your family who's visiting and your partners, and God knows what Eric left this morning. Yeah, thank you. I love you. Thank you all for your support throughout not just this, but throughout life. Thank you, everyone in this room, all the students with me. You've been such an inspiration throughout this process. Getting my ass up out of bed in the morning. It's not something I've done since residency, and yeah, it was not difficult. I mean, it was very difficult. And just inspiring me with your practice and just your dedication and determination. I couldn't imagine doing this with anyone else. Thank you to the TAs. Thank you guys for your selfless service, your dedication. It's just, you guys created this container, and it was so beautiful to see you guys serve, and inspirational as well. And then last but not least, Sachi and Rachel. Thank you guys. Thank you for leading us out of our delusion and onto the enlightened path that you guys embody. I love you, and I'm so grateful to learn at your feet. So it's been such a gift to spend these past 2.5 months with you guys, not just as a practitioner, but as someone who, like many of you, has experienced firsthand the transformational power of yoga. So, as many of you know, I come from the world of Western medicine. I trained as a surgeon, a path grounded in precision, protocols, and the belief that if we just fix the body, the rest will follow. And yet, somewhere along the way, I began to sense what many of us know in our bones, that healing isn't just physical, it's emotional, it's mental, and spiritual too. I've come to learn that yoga is the perfectly laid out path to do exactly this. The word yoga means union, our union with the divine source we emanate from, the coming together of mind, body, and spirit. And that union is not just poetic, it's everything. Through breath work, movement, and presence, yoga taps into our innate divine technology for healing that medicine alone can't. And yet, my own awakening to this truth didn't come easily. It came through something deeply personal and deeply painful. It started in 2014 when my mom went through a painful divorce. And soon after was diagnosed with an aggressive bladder tumor. Ironically, the exact same pathology that I specialize in. She had no genetic predisposition, never smoked or drank, and lived as healthy of a lifestyle as you could possibly imagine. She exercised daily, ate only organic, and had access to the best Western medical care. And yet, soon after moving through the most stressful period of her life, I watched helplessly as her cancer grew, became metastatic, and eventually took her life. My mom had always tried to introduce my brother and me to yoga, meditation, and spirituality. But like many children of Western education, we dismissed it. It didn't fit into the scientific model that we were taught to trust. But in the 2 years I took off from med school to take care of her, and in the quiet conversations at the end of her life, with this brilliant woman who had tried her absolute best to raise us with wisdom, strong values, and a belief in something greater than, I began to see the deeper truth. That emotional stress, I began to see the deeper truth. That health is not just about the body. That emotional stress, unresolved trauma, and disconnection from spirit, these things don't just weigh on the mind, they manifest in the body. When my mom passed, my brother and I felt her spirit into us, as you can tell. And our transformation from Western atheists to spiritually focused theists was complete. It was then that my journey began. I began to ask deeper questions. I studied not just medicine, but the system itself, from health policy to the pharmaceutical and food industry to medical education. And the through line became clear. Our healthcare system isn't set up to heal. It's set up to manage illness because unfortunately, it's more profitable to keep patients sick. That realization was sobering and heartbreaking. But in that darkness, I began to see the light. I began to notice something else, a rising wave of consciousness, a quiet awakening happening across the world. People like you and me who are remembering that health is not just about the body, it's about the whole being. As someone trained in the highest levels of Western medicine, I now feel an obligation, my dharma, to challenge the system from the inside, not to burn it down, but to heal it, to bring consciousness into healthcare, to remind my profession and myself constantly that the most advanced healing happens not just in labs or hospitals, but in presence, compassion, and inner awareness. We are not just biology. We are bioenergetic beings, and modern science is finally catching up. Our most recent data shows that nearly 95% of our health outcomes are epigenetic, shaped by lifestyle, environment, and our thoughts, not in our genome. The regulation of our inner state, our thoughts, our breath, our beliefs, shifts us into a parasympathetic state through control of our vagus nerve and changes our gene expression, and through this, our hormonal synthesis and immune function. Neuroscience shows that the brain cannot distinguish between real and imagined experiences. When we meditate, when we visualize healing with emotion, we literally rewire our brain through neuroplasticity. Modern physics keeps trying to find a singular particle that will explain the origin of the universe, but at the quantum level, they keep finding that particles don't exist until we observe them. What we think is solid matter is actually just empty space filled with energetic waves. And yet, here we are, breathing, feeling, alive. We're not bodies with a soul, we're soul experiencing a body. Yoga reminds us the body's ever changing. The mind is a story, but presence, or spirit, or God, or emptiness, or consciousness, whatever term you want to use to describe the same spacious awareness within all of us, that is eternal. That is the soul. And through yoga, through breath, through movement, and meditation, we access this field of consciousness that makes all healing possible. We activate energy centers throughout the body and move from survival to healing, to creativity, to love, to vision, to transcendence. Through these practices, we activate the pineal gland, our third eye, which secretes neurochemicals like melatonin, serotonin, and even DMT, and we tune our frequency to alignment. We entered altered states of consciousness. We regulate the nervous system. We begin to heal from the inside out. The yogis described this thousands of years ago. Today, we're studying it under names like neuroplasticity, vagal tone, and heart-brain coherence. So yes, I believe that yoga is the future of medicine, not because it replaces science, but because it completes it. Not because it's ancient, but because it's eternal. Because it treats not just the symptoms, but the source. And most importantly, it reminds us that the power to heal has always been within us. Yoga invites each of us, practitioner, teacher, physician, patient, to stop outsourcing our healing and begin remembering who we truly are, a powerful soul in control of our destiny. Thank you.